Welcome back to Why Have Come Here, the city that lives in the middle of a desert, where our only source of water is the one reservoir. Last episode, we made a second reservoir to expand our residential zone. We'll see if we'll do a little bit more of that today. If you didn't see the other one, feel free to go check it out, or if not, just watch this one. Now, the main goal for this time is expansion. I want to go from being a town to being classified as a city. So to do that, we're going to need a lot of residential zoning and a lot more industry. Now, also, while I was thinking of what I should do this time, I came over to our resources and I noticed something interesting. Yeah, all the black is oil. So I think what we're going to do is people will come here for the water, of course. But the other thing is we're going to become an oil monger. So people will come from far and wide to get our oil. But first things first, let's get to Big Town. This is the last upgrade within the town before we become a city. So let's focus on that first. Now, what I'm thinking is that we have industry continue this way, and this will be where we'll have our oil depot. We'll probably make a train line or something at some point, though I don't know if you need one to come from outside the map. Not sure how it works. And then this side will continue to add residential zoning. Ideally, I'd like to keep residences around water, but I just don't know how realistic that's going to be moving forward. Now, I actually grew up in the deserts of Arizona, and what we have there, although it's not necessarily like needed anymore, but they have a lot of canals. They're not quite this big. I mean, they're rather small, but it's for like irrigation for crops and whatnot. So what I'm thinking is maybe in this tile here, we can kind of create Arizona. We'll put a bunch of canals in, kind of crisscrossing through, maybe one or two more lakes, but the canals will mainly be how we get our water around. Hope there's enough water to go around. But the first thing we need to do if we want to expand over here is get over the highway. We also want to make sure that our highway infrastructure, it looks so good. We want to make sure that that's expanding over this way. So I think the first thing we do is we take our 400,000 and I think we'll make a junction right here. So hold please. That was relatively painless. Didn't take too long, but people can get onto the highway and onto the highway this way. They can also leave on one side and leave on the other side to get over to this side. So eventually we'll put in a full highway. We'll kind of do what we did before with this one. We kind of did sections at a time as we need. And so the very first part is going to be getting the highway that's parallel to the road here. We'll just kind of have it arc around. I'm kind of liking the style where we have circles that go around and then just offshoots. So our city's kind of made up of a bunch of different little cities, which is actually how it is where I grew up. First we'll take our highway pieces and go parallel to the middle highway. Get both of those in. Hopefully that's not too close. Yeah, I totally didn't give myself room. I don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, a little bit further out now. Now let's add a junction onto this, and then I think we can start planning out our canals. Okay, so I did have to extend it a little bit on the ends to fit some of the on-ramps, but I think that should do nicely. I'm honestly getting pretty good at this. I mean, it could look a lot better, but it could also look a lot worse. While I'm at it, I'm just going to finish the highway going to the edges here on this side and over here, so we can plan where our canals are going to come through. Okay, something like that should do the trick. Honest, I love my highways, guys. I can't help myself. But let's figure out how we want to get water over here. Now I could try to put a canal coming this way, but it might look odd having one canal feed multiple canals over here. So what I think we ought to do is maybe connect one canal coming here to a central basin. I know I said we're going to do canals, but the lakes look so good. So I want to put one here. It's going to cost a lot to terraform, but we're going to do it. So let's get a canal in through here. We're going to have to demolish some people's houses. Sorry, guys. By the way, as a side thought, this area can be fished. Can this area be fished? Look at that. Huh. I didn't expect that to work, but we create more areas for fishing. I don't know if we're going to use it, but it's interesting to know that it's there. But back to canals. We have our shallow canal here. Let's see, where do we want to come off? If we want to come to the middle, kind of right where that street is, honestly. See if we can go like right next to it. We did something like that. It goes right underneath these two pillars. We just have quite a bit of things to demolish over here, so let's hit pause real fast because we're gonna have to redo these highways as well. All right, so we demolished all of these roads. Take our canal now, just drag it. Canals are not as expensive as I think they should be. I mean, 1,600 for that is kind of ridiculous, but I'm not gonna complain. Okay, and where do we want to have our lake? So the highway will come all the way around to the edge of the tile, kind of weird shape. So the middle is going to be about right here. So I'm thinking right there should be good. Yeah, okay. Is the water... No, it's not quite there. Might have to do a medium for this one. Again, I'm just banking on the fact that this hasn't gone down much. Hopefully it's going to be okay. This could end my my series here. Okay, second time's a charm. We'll place down the medium. We'll go see how that's doing. Why does it go up at the end? You better hope I'm not gonna press play, guys. Oh goodness. Actually, let's find out what happens. Oh, well, I don't know what I expected. Now this is quite annoying, but it's just going up here at the end and I don't know why. As counterintuitive as it is, I'm gonna try building up this area. Well, it's closer. If I paused, is that why? If we unpause this, is that gonna flow? Kind of. Yeah, it's getting in there. Okay, we'll just dig this down a bit. A little bit clearer. And we have water flowing! Let's go! Can't tell if the water level's going down over here. Water physics in this game are both impressive and lackluster at the same time. Wonder if City Skylines 2 is a bit better. Okay, so let's get our roads back in. This will allow us to build a few more bridges, which is exciting. We did take out a road that was going down the middle. Ooh, I wonder. Aw, won't let me. That would have been so cool. What we'll do instead is we'll just go from one end to the other here. Yeah, like that. Follow the contour of the canal. And the demand for residential is huge, so let's get this in fast. Okay, so we have our canal, we have our water. Let's do some terraforming. So there's our lake terraformed in. Now I need to get the canal to connect to it. I don't know why it doesn't work. We click the canal, it just doesn't do anything. I think what I need to do is raise this section in front of the canal again, and then, well, actually, let me try destroying the last bit, and then we'll just put it back in, and we'll go a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. That's working. And you can see our money. We went from like 500,000, and in putting this in, and the lake, and the canal, we're only at 140,000 now. But this will bring us much prosperity to our city. Just checking the water level over at the city. It doesn't seem like it's going down, so I think we should be good. Water's definitely flowing though. Time will tell. But from here, I want to start putting in some canals to fill the rest of this area, so we can just have all of this zoned. How do I want to do that? Oh, this is not connected. Hold on. The bridge would look pretty sick, but it's giving me a little issue trying to get it over, which, if we want to put canals in here, could stand to be a challenge, but this map is all about the challenge, so we're doing it. There, that should do it. Now we'll just do the other side really fast. Okay, our two bridges are in, so should be good to unpause. Let our revenue generate back. Okay, so the goal here is to have water relatively close to residences. Up this way is kind of lacking, so I think we put one in going maybe to there. And then I like the idea of having this one seem to continue all the way through, so there should be good. Then we can maybe connect these two along the back. Kind of feel like we're making crop circles, but with water in the desert. But let's keep this X pattern going. We'll come off of this one, connect it there, and then over to here. Do something kind of like that. And then we need to finish off this side as well. It'll come through here. Maybe we have it come off the front here and go under the highway. That might look kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not really finding a way to get it underneath because it'd be too sharp. I'd have to like go in immediately. So instead, I'll continue this pattern. We'll come out this way. and then I'll just bring it towards the other side. Okay, so we have our canals in. As a side note, this is not how they do it in Arizona. Oh, hold on. We're full of trash again. It says landfill usage is only at 78%. I don't know what their deal is. Let's find a good place to put our garbage. Maybe we'll make a landfill section over here. Or we could always continue one of these roads underneath the underpass. Let's do that, actually. We'll grab a simple 2-lane, and we'll just pull it on through and up this way. Grab our landfills, and we'll just put a bunch of these down. 4 up here should be good. So that way, these ones can service industrial area in this half, and these ones can do kind of the other half, if that's enough. The garbage trucks are out, and they're on their way. So we'll just let them do their thing, and we'll come back and see if it fixes the problem. This is taking quite a while to fill up as well. Water level still seems fine though, so should be good. But while it's filling up, we can start zoning it in. Now we have our highway here. We have a way to get onto the highway. But right now we don't have a way to get off of the highway, so we need to fix that really fast. And I'm thinking about here should be good, just on the other side of the canal from the other one. Okay, so it would seem that there is no ends to how terrible my designs can be, but it should work. People can come through, up and get onto the highway. They can also come off. The reason I had to do these 2 roads like this, because for example, over here it just comes on through, which I mean, it's a very similar setup. It just gets a little more difficult with like twistiness here at the end. But that's because I can't put 4-lane roads over the canals. It builds bridges, but the bridges get in the way of the canal. You can only put roads that can span that gap without support, which is not going to work for these. So people get 2-lane roads everywhere they go over here. But with this junction in, let's get on to designing the layout over here. So the first road is in, it goes all the way along the edge of the canal. I tried to maximize the amount of zoning that I can put off these roads. But similar to these other areas, it's almost inverse though, because we're working our way in. And then since we can't really zone next to the canals, I'll put the roads that go inwards along the edges of the canal. But before I do that, I'm just going to do another ring around and then connect it, because I think that'll be easier in the long run. But this is definitely the most interesting city layout I've ever done. I think including what GPT had me do. I mean, just look at that. I don't know if the water's going to get any higher than this, unfortunately. Might have to fix that. With all the rings in, now I can put in the interior lines. Something like this, going along the edge of the canals. Now we have plenty of space to reach this residential demand. We take our painter, we'll just paint a majority of this for residential zones. Then I'll leave just a few blocks in each area for our commercial. Oh, it's already getting housed. Wow, that's fast. People are so eager to move into here that they're literally moving in when there's no power. So let's take care of that need for them. Might as well pause it so they're not too unhappy. Okay, everything is piped up. We'll just connect it to power. I assume we'll just bring it along. Oh shoot. May not have planned this out the best. I can't get power through there. I might have to bring it all the way around this way. We'll figure out a better solution eventually, but for now that'll just have to do. Now let's figure out our water situation, because this is not quite what I imagined it would be. You can see here that water is still flowing down towards the middle. But these definitely need to be fixed. So if we demolish one, we go to landscaping and grab our canal. We drag it further. Will that fix things? Yeah, it actually goes down instead of up, which is what we want. Okay, so let's do that with all of these. Okay, so now with that, that is, yeah, these water mechanics are interesting. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Let me dig this down a little bit more. Okay, there we go, and we can see there's still water coming in. It should fill to at least this level, which honestly I'd like it to be higher, but it's all based on this original level, because obviously water is going to flow to the lowest point, and it'll only flow until it's all the same throughout. But I'm honestly pretty happy with how this is turning out. I feel like I'm building some kind of dystopian society over here, just isolated from the rest of the community. Now, another issue with having these canals is that electricity doesn't get over the gap. So I'm gonna have to put in a bunch of power lines to the corners like this. It looks pretty bad, but this should work for now. Oh, and update on the trash. Trash is taken care of, so that worked. We might have to put something in over on this side for this group, but they're not too big quite yet. Our population is growing quite a bit now that we have this new area. 8,000 is our next benchmark, so we'll hit that soon. Yep, we are a big town now. So this is the last one until we hit the city level. So we need another 3,000 people. So we'll have to expand maybe onto the outside of the canals as well. We can actually put some high density residential into this area. Let's rezone some of this. This is our first couple of high density buildings going in. This is kind of exciting. This is cool. We are definitely becoming a city. Oh no, looks like we have a problem. Traffic is getting backed up going to the industrial area. I thought I solved this with our highway, but these off-ramps are just too... yeah, they're just too unwieldy. So I mean, a lot of these people, if they're a little bit smarter, could go onto here and skip the lines. But it's just getting pretty backed up through here. So what can we do to solve this? Honestly, I think the best thing that we can do is going to be expanding our highway along the edge of the other highway, if that makes sense. Or I guess we have full control over this highway as well, so we could always use what's there. But just thinking, if we demolish kind of this section here, then we should be able to extend the highway down and around, and then we can loop it back up to here. Kind of like how we're doing here, it's kind of its own little section of freeway. Problem is, this is kind of our essential stuff, so we'll have to replace that before we start doing it. So right now we have 2 water place treatments, 2 landfills, and our power plant. I don't know if we destroy the landfill, if it just gets rid of the garbage. Let's start with our coal plant. So we do have an oil power plant, and we're going to be moving towards oil, so that might be a good move. Costs 50,000 versus 19,000. It produces 120 megawatts. Ooh, and it takes water as well. We're going to move towards oil, so I say let's do it. So now that that's in, let's go destroy the landfills over here and see if that causes issues. Oh, you have to empty the building first. Let's have these 2 get emptied. Now if you'll notice here, our emergency vehicles are actually totally getting clogged up with traffic as well, which means that it's not... oh, see, look, again, it happens again every single time. Though, looks like they're right here. Are they putting it out or not? Okay, yeah, so the traffic was keeping them from putting out these fires. These are 2-lane roads, but for the same size, we can actually put in 4-lane roads. So I'm going to pause for a second. And I'm going to demolish all of these roads and replace them with 4-lane roads instead. Alright, so I replaced the large roads with 6-lane industry roads, and then I replaced the smaller ones with 4-lane industry roads. So traffic should get on a little bit better, though unfortunately this goes to 2 lanes. That's actually fine because most people are like getting on or off the highway. We'll see how this goes. Oh no, oh no, no, no. What's happening? Why is this happening? What? Literally our entire industry section is just disappearing. Placing down these roads, I guess... oh, it got rid of the zoning for some reason. Oh. Hold on, pause. That is really, really, really obnoxious. We literally just lost our entire industrial section. This is gonna cripple the city. So I placed a road here, and these guys had an angry face. Like, what the heck? You're an industry, you don't... this game sometimes. Well, I guess you could call this my, mid-game crisis, huh? Maybe I should rename this place Crisisville. Alright, got it rezoned. That is so lame. Command should go up. I wonder what this is gonna do to our money. Let's hit play and just see what happens. And yet somehow we still have traffic. That's what gets me. What the heck? Oh no. Since all this is gone, we're disconnected from the rest of the grid too. Things are going so well. I'm gonna try to place buildings that are necessary to connect this section and this section, so then we're connected to our power. Sorry, city, for my incompetence. But you should have power soon, I swear. Look at all that. That is nuts. Okay, so everything's good now. All of our profits are just obliterated now, though. Hey, Solve the traffic issue. Okay, so now that we're profitable again after this fiasco, we're gonna wait for this to creep back, and we're gonna wait for these to get emptied. I'm gonna stub out. I might just have a road come straight down. I want to start experimenting with oil so we can make a ton of money. We'll begin by extending our large industrial roads. We'll come off the main one straight down. And then we'll just have the main road come off every 2. And that'll connect to there. Alright, so that is stubbed out a little bit. Let's take a look at our resources. Oil is basically all we have. But oil is super good along this edge. So what I'm thinking of doing is right in, well, it just depends, because if we want to have the highway come around the back. Okay, I went ahead and purchased this plot, so we have plenty of room. But with that, we'll just extend our industrial grid over this ways. So in industry, we go and we click on oil. We only have one thing unlocked right now. So how this works, unlike other buildings that unlock as your population increases, these ones, as you can see there, have an oil industry of level 2. So we have to build our own little oil industrial area that is going to increase in level as we go on. Then we can eventually place the rest of these buildings. First and foremost, we have our oil industry main building. Ooh, that is quite big. Place that right here. And that has unlocked us the first set of buildings. Don't exactly know what all of these do. Fun fact, if you live in like Oklahoma or something, you'll be at like a random park and there'll just be an oil pump chilling in the middle of the park that's just running because oil. It's really weird. Oh, well, these are quite small, but it won't let me... Not in industry area. So how do I... Oh, does this power first? That should get powered any second here. Okay, so now that it's powered, will it allow us to put... No. I've never used this before, just FYI, so yeah, I'm learning it as I go, just bear with me. Okay, so I figured it out. Next to the zoning tab is districts and areas. I've used this a little bit for my residential zones. I should probably use it for like my industry as well. Not exactly sure what the benefit is of doing this. I just know there is one. When it comes to doing our oil industry, we have to mark it out. Here is industry area. If we click our industry area, drag this down and over, and it now becomes the Florence complex. We now go into our industry. We click our... Okay, I've got to make sure I'm highlighting this little area here. And now it'll extend it. Okay, so now it's all Vermont petrochemicals. So finally, we can go grab a small pump and it'll let us place it now. So you can see here, it kind of tells us what we'd have. We have extractor buildings, processing buildings, unique factories, and then our commercial zones. So around the main building, if we need commercial, I want to use that for commercial. So let's place our pumps starting over on this end. We'll put down 4 to start, I guess. We'll want an oil sludge pyrolysis plant. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, but this takes in oil sludge and processes it. So this is the second spot in the phase, so we'll have it right across. And then the last thing we'll need is our small crude oil tank farm. Let's place that over by the home, maybe. So we have things, not enough raw materials, so these need to start pumping. And I'll bring it over to here. I'm gonna let this sit for a second, see if it figures itself out. In the meantime, let's check our landfills, 59% and 65%. So still waiting quite a bit. So here we have a few high rises, which is sweet. I messed with the zoning earlier, added some office space, some high density commercial, whatnot. So we'll have high density on this side, low density on the other. And we are getting pretty close to becoming a city, only about 100 left, which actually, well, 50 left, which we should get by the end of the week because we are booming right now, which is good because these people need workers for some reason. So I totally did that math wrong. We needed 900 more people, 950, not 50. Anyways, these still aren't working. Not exactly sure why. These trucks have come from here. I guess they're gonna export it, though here's some on this way. Let's Let's find out where these are You're going in a circle? Bruh. They're literally just going in a circle. Are they going here? Where are you guys going? Where are you gonna go? They literally went up, over, down, back over, looped through, and now they're going this way. This makes no sense. But it looks like these are finally getting some oil. Look at that. See, we're good to go. These trucks are literally so dumb. They just go around in circles. But that's fine, I guess. Okay, so if we look in the oil sludge plants, not say that, we have 11 out of 14 barrels which are being converted to these. Unfortunately, the trucks are going all the way around. I actually want to see where the trucks are going start to finish, so I can see if we need to move the storage. I feel like the trucks are taking it from the pumps down to the storage just to bring it back up to here. Oh, yeah. We're a small city. Look at that. Goal 1 of 2 done for this video. Okay, now we'll give them some more streets to be able to go down and loop around. I guess that's the best I can do. Well, look at that. Let's go. We unlocked level 2 now, so we unlocked a bunch of different buildings to add. So let's get cracking on that. So first and foremost, we have an oil industry workers barracks. This increases the work efficiency of the workers in the industry area. Within our extraction, we have an oil drilling rig. Going to produce more oil at a faster rate, it looks like. In processing, we have a larger processing plant. If you look there at the top, this one turns oil into petrol. This one is going to turn it into something else. Oh, it's going to create plastic. It's quite big. Let's put one down for now. And then next to it, we'll have 2 extractors of the tier 2. We can now make plastics, which, again, I have no idea really what that does for us. Oh, okay, so I just found out where it tells us how things are actually going. Total profit, 136 a week. Are you kidding me? That's all we're making? Oh, shoot. Now that we have the plastics in there, wow, that makes a huge difference. I think my next goal is to make this as profitable as we can. Traffic's bad here. So basically we need to add in our highway going around our industrial area. We need to finish our highway around this spot and then become oil barons. So I think we'll save that for next time. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. As always, love the support that I've gotten recently. I've cracked 100 subscribers in 5 videos. That's fantastic, guys. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you'll always have a place in our dystopian cult. Also, if you didn't see my last video, here it is. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. But with that, I'll catch you guys next week for my next video.